In old Muscat, the scent of frankincense and salt lingers in the air, clinging to the ancient stones of the Mutra Souq. Here, history is traded alongside silver and spices, but beneath the noise, there's a silence, a story nearly erased. I came chasing a whisper, a Hindu community that called this land home for centuries. Locals point to an abandoned building, once a house of the Banyans, Hindu traders whose presence shaped the city. This journey is about excavating memory, not ruins. The archives mention the Banyans only in passing, as traders, never as people with lives and dreams. My camera lingers on the details. A carved door, a faded mural, a whispered memory. In Muscat's labyrinth, I follow the echo, and I begin to hear it. The story begins with the monsoon winds, the force behind a maritime silk road linking Gujarat to Arabia. Imagine Karsan, a young merchant from Mandvi, standing on a dhow, ambition in his eyes and a worn Bhagavad Gita in his bag. The journey was perilous, marked by sun and stars, shared with sailors of many faiths. Arrival in Muscat was a sensory shock. Jagged mountains, the scent of frankincense, the promise of fortune. Karsan had to learn new rules, blending into a world both foreign and familiar. He was one of many, Bhatiyas, sailors, craftsmen, Brahmins, each weaving their story into Oman's fabric. They weren't conquerors, but collaborators, their destinies tied to this seafaring nation. Their arrival was quiet, incremental, a tide of humanity crossing the Arabian Sea. Over generations, they became vital to Oman's economy and culture. Their legacy began not with conquest, but with courage and adaptation. The salt-worn sea carried more than goods. It carried lives that would reshape a nation. Life in Muscat was a balancing act for Karsan the merchant. By day, he navigated the Souq, his ledger filled with Gujarati script, his manner blending Omani deference with Gujarati shrewdness. At night, he returned to the Banyan Quarter, where the air was thick with cardamom and the sound of Gujarati laughter. Here, faith went indoors. A small room became a shrine, a diya lit each evening, rituals whispered in secret. The Brahmin priest conducted pujas quietly, Sanskrit chants mingling with the call to prayer. These rituals anchored the community, connecting them to ancestors and gods. Children grew up speaking Arabic, playing with Omani friends, yet learning Mahabharata stories at home. The struggle was real. How much to assimilate? How much to preserve? Parents clung to traditions. Children forged hybrid identities. The tension between worlds was constant, but so was the resilience. In private, the community found strength. In public, they became part of Oman's story. Their duality was their survival. The Hindu temple complex in Muscat is a quiet testament to a long-sanctioned presence. Hidden from main roads, its entrance is modest, no towering gopurams, just a threshold into another layer of Omani history. Inside, incense and bells fill the air. Shrines to Shiva and Krishna stand amid Omani arches and latticework. The temple is a hybrid space, Hindu at its core, yet shaped by local design. Its survival through political change speaks to Omani tolerance and the pragmatic value of the Hindu community. The temple was part of a social contract, a protected space for worship, in exchange for loyalty and economic contribution. Yet, boundaries remained. Festivals were celebrated quietly, within the compound. There were no grand processions. Faith was vibrant but discreet. This practice of contained celebration defined the Omani Hindu identity. The temple stands as proof of adaptation and resilience. It is a sanctuary, a symbol, and a reminder of coexistence. Here, two cultures found a way to meet, and the story endures in brick, incense, and whispered prayers. The 20th century brought change. The discovery of oil shifted Oman's economy, and the old Banyan merchant role faded. A new wave of Indian migrants arrived. Professionals, laborers, technocrats. The tight-knit Gujarati community became just one part of a larger, more fragmented diaspora. The scent of sandalwood gave way to new ambitions and anxieties. Younger generations, raised in globalized schools, felt disconnected from their ancestors' stories. The Gujarati language faded, replaced by English. An elderly man showed me photos of a world vanishing. Men in dish dashas and turbans, women in saris in Arab courtyards. Assimilation was gentle but relentless. The unique Omani Hindu legacy risked becoming a footnote. Old merchant houses changed hands, their carved balconies now belonging to strangers. The centuries-old synthesis of cultures is dissolving into the broader Indian expat identity. In today's Mutra Souq, the past whispers if you know where to listen. Shops once run by Banyan merchants now belong to a new generation, but the legacy lingers. Trust and camaraderie between Omani shopkeepers and Indian suppliers echo old relationships. Gujarati words survive in local Arabic, especially in trade and commerce. An Omani friend points out an Indian lock on a door, a subtle reminder of deep-rooted influence. Some descendants hold Omani passports, living in a liminal space, Omani citizens, yet set apart by faith and heritage. Their identity is complex, not expats, not fully Omani. This tension is both pride and pain. A young woman, proud of her nationality, faces dilemmas about marriage and tradition. Her struggle is the modern echo of centuries-old negotiations of identity. The community remains caught between worlds. Their story is one of adaptation, pride, and quiet endurance. In a quiet Muscat suburb, I meet Mr. Joshi, a retired Brahmin priest and keeper of the community's memory. His home is an archive, religious texts, ledgers, letters in Gujarati and Marathi. He unrolls a yellowed horoscope from 1888, proof that Hindus were born, lived, and died here. He recalls a time when the Sultan sent offerings to the temple, a gesture of shared destiny. Now the struggle is against forgetting. The younger generation sees these stories as quaint. Joshi digitizes archives, racing against time and decay. He shows me a carved box with sand from Manvi and Oman. Two lands, two identities, mixed together. The box is a symbol of their hybrid soul. Joshi is the guardian of this legacy, watching over a history as fragile as dust. The fire of memory flickers, but it is not yet out. In his hands, the past is preserved for as long as someone cares to remember. The story endures in small acts of remembrance. And the legacy lives on, if only in a handful of sand. Leaving Oman, I carry a mosaic of memory and loss. The Omani Hindu story is not of disappearance, but of transformation and resilience. Cultures adapt, blend, and re-emerge in new forms. The emotional core lies in liminal spaces: the merchant, the temple, the citizen with a hybrid soul. Their legacy mirrors the universal migrant experience, preserving roots while growing new ones. The fading of their unique identity is a quiet tragedy, but also a transformation. Perhaps roots don't die. They draw sustenance from new soil, producing something unique. When we search for heritage, maybe we're seeking the courage to embrace our ever-evolving story.